Welcome to my podcast, Chat with Loki. It's about sharing stories of grit, resilience, wisdom from unseen, unheard, everyday heroes of life. So what those moments of your bank balance is not big. Opportunities are not, they're not really knocking every day. And then you come to a new country, new city, and you're trying your best, but you don't see the outcomes. You don't see any rewards. And those moments of despair, what made you to still keep going?
Yeah, that's a good question, because in the beginning, I was supposed to go back after a year.
Oh, okay.
So in my mindset, I was like, just hold on, just a year.
Yeah.
But then there's many things that happens that keeps you here, right? And then there's always this little voice, if you will, that is telling you, no, stay. There's something more to come. It's almost like, in the story of Abraham.
Yeah.
He was an old man. I mean, I was an old man, obviously, but there's something that calls him to go into the unknown and explore, and then go into the desert. Yeah. Like Australia is the desert, coming from a small town in Italy, comfort zone, as he was from Ur, right? Yeah. And then you go into the desert, and then you go through suffering, but you can improve yourself. You can, through these experiences, right? Yeah. Just put it in a storytelling.
So you had a calling, and you had your own inner voice, which actually said, it's okay, keep going.
Yeah.
And I think now we can say that in the next version of Bible, we'll bring Australia into the story, according to you.
The God. Can you imagine?
Yeah. So the next one is, Abraham is walking in the desert in Australia.
Exactly. In Alice Springs.
Yeah. So that would be a controversy.
Yeah.
But in your own way, that's beautiful. So, do you believe in God?
What do you mean by that?
The inner voice, the voice you're talking about, what is it?
We can call it God. Yeah. Okay. I do believe. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
So,
is it something like? Do you call yourself religious, or do you have faith?
Well, I do have faith. Calling myself religious, so it's really complicated to answer this.
I love to hear from you. There's a reason why I'm asking. I don't want to put you in a
corner,
challenging or difficult situation.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you're going through what you're going through. You have chosen a path where the minority choose to become an actor.
Yeah.
And you left your hometown. You're searching, you're seeking. Okay, there's two things you're always you're pursuing. One is to become, you're an actor, but of course you have your own steps you want to achieve. And then a personal trainer. So in that pursuit, there is something inner voice, which is saying not to give up.
Exactly,
Yeah. And that's the reason I'm asking. Everyone have a different meaning to that inner voice. Some say it's my self-confidence. Some say, I have a backup, all those things. And some say, I'm religious. Some say, God takes care of me. And I would like to, hear from your end, what is that inner voice you're talking about, which seems like that inner voice which helped you to get through 2012-13 when your grandfather passed away, when your father passed away.
Yeah. Even though I wasn't maybe able to recognize.
Doesn't matter. The inner voice is always there. So basically all the challenges, all the hardships, and we haven't even gone through all the hardships, but based on what you said, I could imagine every change you had in, or every change you made in life is a choice.
Yeah.
But that choice is made by something inner voice, which we don't recognize, we don't see it. But if you really pause and think about it, we actually made that choice. So that's the reason I'm coming back to this, because I would love to hear people who have achieved something or people who have overcome some challenges. There is something strong deep within them. And I didn't even ask this. You said inner voice. And that's why I'm like, okay, that's it. I need to know what this inner voice is.
Yeah.
So are you religious? Do you believe in God? Do you have faith? Or what is your meaning of inner voice?
So, being religious, okay, so I think everybody's religious, meaning the moment you wake up, you follow a structure, you know, you believe into something to then going to work, you're working to achieve something. And then if you put God as the ultimate good, so then it becomes religious in how we understand every day, right? But if you have a goal in your life, you want to make more money, you want to become someone or whatever, that's your calling, right? And you put that as first. And then in order to follow and achieve this, you got to follow a structure. So you got to be religious in your doing every day. And then there's a limit into that, right? You can make money. And then after that, what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
In my case, I put, if you want to call it God, yeah, that's the ultimate things that you should achieve, I guess. They should put above everything else. So, yeah, I'm religious, I guess.
Yep. So atheists won't agree with you that everyone is religious because atheists.
I get it. Yeah,
but I see what you're saying. Your meaning, your understanding of religious means a practice, practice in what you believe, a practice in what you want to achieve. So that's beautiful. I think that's a really different way of looking into it. Is we're all religious in what we practice. The next step is, yes, once we achieve it, what's next?
Yeah.
And is there something higher out there? That depends on the individual experience. How they achieve it will actually make them to see what's next.
Yeah. Because I really believe it's really personal, right? So I grew up with a Catholic background, as most of Italians. But when you're a kid, you just do it because it's part of the culture, right?
Yeah.
And you don't really understand. You don't pay attention to these stories.
Yeah.
Until I think you need to have a religious experience to understand these things. If not, it's really hard to explain and to make someone else understand, right?
So is your family religious?
No, none of them. My grandmother.
Okay.
My dad, he wasn't. My grandfather, he wasn't, but he always wear a cross just in case. Just in case.
Security.
You never know.
Security. Yeah. I know a lot of people who do that, holding something or a cross.
But even my dad, he was very scientific, but he always had portraits of Jesus because he liked the art. He likes the art, but why, right?
Yeah.
So, but he claimed to be atheist. Yeah, I mean, from what I remember.
It's fine. So, what's your religious experience?
There's
What is that dream you talked about?
Well, there's so many dreams because I wrote them down.
There was one dream you had this vivid.
Oh my God! Can
image.
I share that, or is
Yes, please.
Can I share another one, or is it? I don't know if
Share both.
Both?
Yeah.
They're gonna think I'm crazy.
Yeah. This is not about.
No, but
It's what other people think. It doesn't matter. It's your experience. It's your unique experience. Here we're talking about something only you would understand.
Yeah.
And you're trying your best to share.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I'll start with a nightmare first.
Okay.
Or should I start with?
No, it's up to you. Go with the timeline. Whatever happened first, go with that, and then share the next. Or share the nightmare first, and then the next one, because I don't know what both are, but you just mentioned only one dream vivid, and I said, we'll discuss later.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking you.
Also, I just want to make sure, clear that this is not why I maybe call myself religious, or it's not this experience in particular.
Okay.
But through many things, or
Yeah.
But anyway, so one dream was, I did so many, but this crazy dream was I was, I don't remember where, but somewhere outside. Dreams are weird anyway, so there's a lot of symbolism and stuff, but it was me and somebody else dressing up with ancient clothing, right? And I think this person next to me was a woman, I think. I can't really tell the sex.
Sorry, when you say ancient clothing, you're talking about these outfits of nun outfits.
Yeah, like
with the hoodie.
I really remember this person. She had a hoodie.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
Not too ancient, probably like medieval.
Okay.
Era, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Hoodie and really ancient clothing. Yeah. And we were getting ready to fight against something. Something was coming.
Okay.
I couldn't tell what it was, but and then when we were ready to fight it, I turned and her eyes became fully black. She started speaking in an ancient language.
Wow.
But it's also funny because I was like, okay, let's pretend now I can speak. And I started speaking as well in something weird. But I don't know if I was pretending or I was really speaking. I couldn't understand anyway. But she was scary.
Yep.
And then she started screaming. The screaming became a ringing, really annoying, until I woke up. So she was supposed to fight with me.
Yeah.
I don't know if she or he, or she had a female kind of face.
Yeah.
So a demonic face.
Okay, demonic. Yeah.
I was like, damn, 3D cinema here.
So you woke up, or
I woke up. I woke up after the scream. Yeah.
Once you woke up, of course we reflect. What was this dream about?
Yeah.
And what was your understanding?
It's complicated. I don't know, because also we were supposed to fight against this, but so maybe it is also meaning like watch out for the person around you, or you never know, right? I'm not saying don't trust anybody, because you gotta have the courage to trust always, and then.
Of course,
Or maybe somebody was trying to betray me. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
It was really scary. Yeah.
Okay, so that's your nightmare moment. Okay, what's the other one?
Oh, the other one. This is the dream that I had, right?
Yeah.
You can think what you want, or people can think. I was in my hometown in my home, in the living room, and I remember there was this sort of liquid. It looked like a sort of metallic, like sort of metal, like fused metal, sort of silver, this kind of liquid anyway. And all of a sudden it came up and started getting shape, and then started getting to have like a shape of a man, right? And then there was like sort of light coming out from behind, and when you see the people and they have the light behind them, so you just see the shape, the black shape, but you don't see the person.
Yeah, we see that a lot in movies.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden there was like a sort of energy, electricity, I don't know, and then I finally could see this person.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
He looked like we would call Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Because he had the beard, long hair, like the Shroud of Turin, literally, like.
Yeah.
And I remember I was getting closer. I wasn't even scared or even, wow, that's Jesus, or whoever he was. I was like, who's this guy? Is it really him? Or, I mean, to me, it looked like him, right? Because everybody knows that. But, and then he opened his arm and he hugged me, right? But my reaction was like, what are you doing? Who are you? Right? And then the dream finished. And then I remember there was a sort of tail going somewhere else, but I couldn't see where or what it was. Yeah. And then I woke up. Now, I don't know what to do with this, but, this is, dreams are weird anyway.
Well, I won't call dreams as weird.
Yeah,
dreams as something you're processing subconsciously. So there is a lot of thoughts. So we have, I think, around 70 to 80,000 thoughts every day. And 70 to 80% of those thoughts are repetitive. So we're recycling our own thoughts. So when we go to sleep, some thoughts which we haven't processed comes up in images. So you are an actor, you would know this. So basically that's what it is. So there is a meaning for everything, only if we can connect the dots. It's like solving an ancient puzzle.
Yeah.
So if you really look into this dream, at what time of your life it happened, what were you thinking a week before or a month before, and you might be missing someone, or you might be looking for something, or you're searching or seeking within you. And sometimes a mix of all these things come out as a dream.
Yeah.
So, but the most beautiful thing is you have seen an image of Jesus.
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
Say that he's a good guy, so it's okay. The reality is, whatever people say, it's a different story. But the history knows one thing. There are certain people in humanity, we respect them. Whether we believe in them, that's a different story. That's a religion. But we all know for a fact, Jesus is a symbol of love, peace, compassion, kindness. The list goes on for all the good things. So it's okay to celebrate that. It's okay to say that, you know what? Yeah, he's a saint. He's a good person. And having that image in the dream is beautiful. So that image could be, so it could be your grandfather, it could be your father, and especially the hug you mentioned.
yeah.
It's so beautiful. It's kind of like someone who wants to take care of you, someone who is taking care of you comes up in that image.
Yeah, yeah. But also, because my cultural background is Christian.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was Hindu, or I would say Vishnu? No.
Vishnu,
Vishnu, example, right?
Yeah.
So, but that could be, the image, as you said, is a symbol of...
Subconsciously,
Yeah.
that's the symbol we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? If I'm dreaming, I'll get Shiva. Because I've been grown up looking at Shiva
Right,
more than Jesus.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I'm born in, South India. So yeah, it makes sense. So back to, that first opportunity you got and you finished it. And then you said, okay, the 1 year is coming close. When was the moment you decided to stay here?
Well, COVID was one of these things, I think.
COVID was, what,
but just-
2020?
It was before. Well, at that time I was seeing one girl,
Yeah.
and probably was one of...
There's always a girl in the story. Unbelievable. Okay, yeah.
But
This majority of people who move to another country, especially men, or have to relocate, involves a girl.
Always a woman.
Always a woman. Okay. What happened?
But besides that, I think, again, I think it was that inner voice.
Yeah.
saying stay. Yeah. There's always, it's hard to explain because it is a feeling sometimes also, that keeps you there. So maybe there's something more to happen, because then if I didn't stay, I didn't meet a lot of people. I wouldn't have done so many other things.
Yeah.
So that was probably the main reason. Yeah.
So basically you stayed, and of course, COVID 2 years, no one had any chance. They had to get stuck where they got stuck. So I get that. And then you worked on other projects.
Yeah.
So Leech.
Yeah. And before that, there's also the story of...
Just quickly say some of the major projects you worked since that moment.
So...
the moment you decided to stay, and then what are all the other opportunities you got? And
well, I can mention Thor. That was a great experience.
Thor, okay.
The last one, Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I was an extra, feature extra, but it was a great experience. You can see me in the film. I was next to big actors and just seeing how they work.
Which Hemsworth is in it?
Chris. Both of them. Luke and is it Luke?
Both in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
when was that? Thor. That was pre-COVID or post-COVID?
Just post-COVID. Yeah.
Post-COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just after. Yeah.
So that was shot in Australia.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. What was that experience, and how long you needed to shoot, and what is the most memorable things? Because it's a big budget movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it was a major
Massive.
picture. Yeah. So it was 4 days at the studios, at the Fox Studios. They used to be Fox Studios.
Moore Park?
Yeah, now Disney Studios, I think.
Okay.
They changed it. 4 days, 10 hours on set. But it was great, yeah. Most of the time I was just waiting.
Yeah.
But, I was next to Matt Damon, Chris and Taika.
Yeah.
And I met a lot of people, a lot of friends, so it was awesome, yeah. And it was awesome to see how they work in a professional set.
Yeah.
All the props and everything. You can learn a lot also, out of this, as an actor.
So what was your role? See, I'm not a Disney or Marvel
me too, actually.
movie buff, but I watch whatever I watched.
By the way, I
because
never watched Thor. Just the last. Can you believe it? So bad. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not my thing. I mean, just Thor.
Okay, so 4 days, Moore Park, and 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
And that was your first experience of a big budget movie with big stars.
Yeah.
And, what was the learnings from it?
Well, the learning was how they... I was just fascinated how they work in this kind of environment, yeah. And
so you're like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah, but not only if you're an actor, if you're a filmmaker in general, because you can see how they work with the cameras.
Yeah.
There was like 3 cameras probably shooting at the same time. And then the special effects and everything was,
So what was your role, that extra role?
So it was Asgardian parent. Now, I don't know if you know Asgard is Thor. And we lost our kids because of the villain. It was Christian Bale, that he took the kids. So we were desperate, and screaming and yelling, where's the kids?
Yeah.
And I remember, in purpose, I was like, now I'm going to go behind Matt Damon and get my shot. And I got it at the end. Yeah. Because, the editor got to choose what shot, what cut he's going to take for the ending, for the end product. And I wasn't there. So I was like,
So in one screen, you had Matt Damon. So and then who? Which other actors you were?
Chris's brother. Is it Luke? He's got 2 more brothers.
Yes.
Let me call him. Wait.
Luke. So Luke or Chris Hemsworth,
Chris, Luke, and Matt Damon, and then there was Natalie Portman. Yeah.
Oh, Natalie as well. Okay. Yeah.
She's really short, by the way. Really, really short.
Hey, she might listen to this.
Oh my God. Hey, Natalie, by the way, cut.
Well, the beauty is you had a great experience.
Yeah. And met a lot of people, out of set,
And you had any interactions with these celebrities?
Not much. They didn't want to
They just come
they
and
kept
go,
me-
and they're in a little bubble. Yeah,
nothing more than hey and a smile.
yeah, smile and
But yeah. Chris and Matt, they really look down to earth people. Yeah, honestly.
They would have felt home. They're from
Yeah.
So okay, and so 4 days. And from a professional aspect, was there any pressure, or it's just everything went smooth?
Yeah, everything went smooth because I can tell they were really strict because if we started speaking, and they were like, stop speaking, and I mean you're working, right? So
be present and focused. Yeah. No, that
even
makes
if you're
sense.
just an extra,
Yeah. So at the end, for 4 days of work, how many minutes were you shown in the movie?
You mean seconds?
Seconds. Seconds.
Literally like 5 seconds in total, probably.
5 seconds,
maybe less, yeah.
So that tells the story, huh?
Yeah, that was like the very first experience. I didn't even have my agent, so yeah. But I can say, hey.
No, it's beautiful.
First film.
Not many would be able to say this because, getting that opportunity without an agent and then being able to attend and comply with whatever needs to be for that 4 days, and that's massive. Okay, and so what's your next project?
Well, as I said, Leech, made and written and created by my great friend Pierre Mazzi, is a director. Hopefully one day you're gonna have him in your podcast.
So in the Leech, you are a killer, is that right?
No, I'm a personal trainer.
You're a personal trainer, okay.
And that is accused of killing his...
So it's a murder, like solving a murder?
Yeah, it is. Thriller, sci-fi,
okay.
bit of horror, if you will.
So how long that took to do the shoot? How many days cumulative?
Was it 7 days? Was it 7 days?
7 days, okay.
Yeah, in total probably, around 7 days, spread in a month.
Okay, so you need to commit for let's say a month. So what do you need to prepare?
The total was 7 days.
Okay.
I think.
So what did you need to do to prepare for that role?
So, voice, obviously.
Yeah.
I work with my coach.
Yeah.
And Pierre is a tough director, so he kicked my ass. So, but we really work together.
Another Italian.
Yeah.
Crazy people.
I know, crazy Italian. But yeah, Pierre is he's got great vision in the film. Yeah. He's a really creative person, and you're gonna talk to him anyway when he's here. And so we work together with my voice coach and Pierre to really try to find the character.
Okay.
And try to portray the character that Pierre had in mind, right? To made his vision possible, right?
Yeah.
So it is this wacky, not even wacky, but very overly confident show-off character, Paul Donovan, right?
Yeah.
He's the king of the gym, right? He's an influencer.
I've seen the poster. It's intense.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what I am. Besides being both a personal trainer, right?
You mean mean.
Almost mean, yeah.
When I saw that poster on social media, all I see is, who is this guy? He's so mean.
Yeah. But I've learned a lot out of Leech because even from an acting point of view, I could have pushed it even more.
Yeah.
But you can always do better. Yeah. I could have made probably better choices in how to portray the character. But I mean, overall, I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Okay. So what's
in developing the character? Yeah.
So the movie's is it like how many minutes? Is it 20 minutes?
15 or even 15 minutes. Yeah.
So it falls in under short film category. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so it's officially coming this year. Is that right?
Yeah, we're just waiting to finish the run with the film festivals, probably at the end of the year. Yeah, it's going to be public.
So you go to film festivals before releasing the film. Is that right? What's that?
So yeah, once you enter the film festivals, you can't show the film to the public. Yeah.
That's why you got all these awards which no one knows. That makes
but
sense.
We're gonna have the premiere on the 30th, and the 1st of May.
Oh, nice.
With Q&A, and we're gonna also show 2 more movies from a friend of mine. Punch for a Buck, and I forgot the other one.
Okay. So that's great. So from
Killer
Thor,
Smile, something like that. Yeah.
From Thor, you come to Leech. In the Leech, you are the main character.
Yeah.
And you had to prepare for your dialogue delivery, voice, and
not only the accent, but also the voice. We wanted to create a specific voice for
voice. Okay.
Paul Donovan. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great. So there's a bit of a journey happening there in itself in the Leech. Okay. What's all these awards about? Is it's like it gets nominated, and then certain people watch that, the critics, and say, "Hey, this is good at this. This is good at that."
Yeah.
Is that what we like? Personally, I saw in social media. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So most of the film festivals, the film is going to be shown to the public, if there's a public, or in the beginning, it depends. It changes, but there's a judge.
Okay.
They look at the movie, and then they decide. Because some of them, they just do a premiere, or they show the movie once if you get to the finals.
Okay.
Some others, like I think Tribeca or other bigger one, they actually they show it if you are selected.
Okay.
So but anyway, there's judge.
I saw something New York. New York Short Film Festival.
Yeah.
Is that a big deal?
Yeah, it was the New York International Film Awards.
Yeah.
And we.
You're the finalist or
We
something?
were finalists. Yeah. As was it best thriller? No, just short film in general, I think. Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking is I don't know anything about all these awards and stuff. So especially in the short film category.
Yeah.
So you would know, looking at, like, all I know from a movies aspect is, there's Berlin Film Festival. There's, in America there's plenty.
Yeah.
And is this like a testament for your work and the director's work?
Yeah. Sort of
like getting all these. I think I've seen 4 or 5 either nominated or finalist or actually won. I saw that literally in last 3 to 4 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, because it's great for showcase, connection, and feedback, right, on the project that you created, right?
Yeah.
And then also got finalist as a best actor in.
So best actor.
Finalist.
Finalist. Oh, that's great.
But it was something, yeah.
It's a recognition. It's a professional recognition. See, this is.
We won best VFX. We actually won
VFX.
that one,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
But there's still more to come anyway.
So that's why the journey has just started. So it's great. And what's your next project?
So we finished shooting Holy Water.
Okay.
I think you're gonna meet the director, right? That is in post-production.
Yeah.
And
so you're the main character in it?
The villain. Yeah, I wasn't the villain. Yeah.
Villain is the main character, isn't it?
Yeah.
Villain is the main character.
Yeah, one of the main, yeah.
Yeah.
Abraham, the other Ben portrays Abraham. He was the main character. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Part of the leading roles, yeah.
Yeah. And how long that went, the shoot?
Okay, so that one, again, spread in, it was roughly 5 days. But
again, it's like less than a month, yeah?
Yeah, 7 days probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that, 8 days, 7 to 8 days. But we started shooting in August last year, and then we had a big gap to prepare the second part of the shooting.
Yeah.
So over like 3-4 months, yeah.
So that's religious concept, yeah? With Leech, it's killing, it's thriller. and you're not revealing much, which I understand. It hasn't been released. So Holy Water is a complete opposite to Leech. Religious and based on true story or true events.
Yeah, loosely based
based on the Jim Jones 1970s episode.
Yeah. Vaguely based on that. Yeah.
And that was shot here in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. I had so much fun portraying this character of.
What is the character? Don't reveal too much, but reveal whatever you can.
Well, Jim Jenkins.
Okay.
Right. And it's somehow, let's say, based on James. Jim Jones. I was going
yeah.
James Jenkins is my character.
Yeah.
Jim Jones is the real guy that in the 70s, Jonestown.
Yeah.
So he's a cult leader that he created this divine guild, celestial guild, here in Australia. He's not from Australia, he's from somewhere else, and he came over here and to found this group. And there's these crazy scenes where we show this character as a good man, but as also a very dark side,
Right.
It was it's a movie to show, what cult does to society, to the people. Yeah. As apparently in Australia, there's so many religious cults.
Yeah, there is plenty.
Still, yeah.
Outside cities, there's plenty. I'm not part of any, but I heard. So for this holy water, how did you see yourself preparing for it? Because on one side, there is that inner voice in you, which is guiding you to these opportunities. On the other side, in that character, you have to play again two roles. One being, I'm good guy, the saint. And on the other side, there's a dark, and seems like something similar in the other opportunities you got as well. But let's focus on this one. Was it a struggle, or was it something you have to bring your past into it, or you had to really prepare from a religious concept? Is there a learning as well in this?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a learning, because it made me have so many questions how a person can do this, What was their ultimate purpose in doing this, right? And yeah, so this was many questions that came to me, trying to understand why these people really did these things, because maybe you see it in a movie, but then you think it really happened, Jonestown. In terms of preparing the character, was not that hard. It kind of, because sometimes also during the audition, you just do it the way you feel it, and that's it. That's what I want, what the director wants, right? But then I started doing a lot of research. I started looking at, again, stealing a little bit from different characters, Jim Jones, and some other cult leaders. Also, I remember, have you watched The Walking Dead?
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah, no, but I haven't.
Again, Pierre told me, take a look at Negan. Do you remember? No, the character from Walking
No,
Dead.
I can't remember. Yeah.
And that was really helpful because I stole something from that character as well. So I try to, create this.
So it's more like a
James Jenkins, out of these people, yeah. And again, voice. Again, not only accent, but it's the.
So it's another American accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
But besides the accent, is me personally, but also I believe also actors. Working on the voice of the character really helps to understand his personality. Maybe he speaks with a, his voice a little like this, or
like a Marlon Brando.
Hey, how you doing? So, it can really, to me, it help to find their personality because it's not the way I speak, right? So, the tone of the voice, not even.
When is that coming? Do you know the date or month? Or this is going to be this year?
Hopefully, yes. Yeah, but later this year.
Year. Okay.
Still in post-production, yeah.
Yeah, post-production. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, a 17-year-old kid, or let's say a 15-year-old naughty kid, and have to face a 17, when you're 17, to face some challenges of losing loved ones. And then finding your inner voice, moving to US.
Yeah.
And then first exploring what else you wanted to do. While all this, you're still continue your personal training journey.
Yeah. And I dropped school. There's so many things also that. Yeah.
And then you ended up here in Sydney, Australia, thinking you're going to be here for 12 months. But again, that inner voice said, yeah, keep going. And then you ended up doing your first commercial.
Yeah.
And then you had the opportunity to work with one of the biggest productions, Thor. And then you did Leech, which is already critically getting all the awards. Yeah. And then you worked on Holy Water, which is coming sometime later this year. So when you pause, when you really pause and look at all the things from your last memory as a kid to where you are today, how would you call yourself, or how would you rate yourself? I shouldn't say rate, but what is it? What is it? How do you see your journey?
That's a good question, because I always think about this. Not every day, but most of the time, yeah. Also good, because especially when you're a kid, you experience time in a different way, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's why I'm asking now.
I think I've learned, and I'm learning to be even more humble, and try to be always, because it's not easy. Being truly humble is,
Yeah, I know. I spoke to Buddha. He said it's not easy.
It's a good example, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's much more to come, obviously. But even if everybody, anyone is...
There's not much more to come. You're dying tomorrow. So what are you going to tell today?
Don't give up till the end.
Yeah.
Don't have regrets. That's what I always tell myself. Doesn't matter the outcome. The main thing is the moment you're going to die, you're laying in that bed. Don't have regrets. Oh, I should have. No. Yeah.
So if you're gone tomorrow, you're in content today.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you summarize your journey till today?
Yeah, because I think even though it is hard, but it's worth it. Yeah. As long as you're pursuing what you want to do.
Yeah. So never give up, no regrets.
Especially that.
And more humble.
And forgive also.
Forgive. Give me one example who you forgave recently.
But well, even yourself.
Did you forgive someone else?
Yeah.
Someone really pissed you off. And then you took a moment and said, you know what? Yeah, I'll forgive. I'll be more humble.
Yeah.
You did that recently?
Probably not recently. But it happened. Not recently, but it happened. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But I can think now. Yeah.
So if let's say Genie appears.
Who?
Genie, the wish.
Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin. And gives you 3 wishes. Okay, they're all going to happen today.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're all going to happen today. 3 wishes. You can bring the dead back too. So, What would be your 3 wishes?
No, this is a wait. This question, like,
Well, yeah, it's
give me
fine.
all the money in the world. No.
Okay. If you say money, I'll be asking how much.
No,
Because the answer has to be something, tangible, where we can actually make it happen. You can't say the world has to be better. You can't say those things because those things are like really not happening.
but you said bringing back the dead people, right? So
Yeah, there's an
where's that?
outcome. Yeah, that's an outcome. I'm bringing back the dead. I'm bringing back, let's say, your father.
I wouldn't ask that.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish, yeah. But it's kind of 3 things, just whether you want to achieve or whether you want to change. But you said no regrets. So I'm pretty sure you're okay with whatever happened in your life. It taught you something. So let's say 3 wishes. If you think 3 is too much, just go with 1.
Well, let's give it 3.
Yeah.
It's really 3 wishes. Well, 1, it'll be give me superpowers like Wolverine, like regeneration. It'll be so cool, right?
Okay, so you want to be...
Not even flying and stuff like that, but like Wolverine.
Choose 1. Okay, Wolverine. Okay.
That is like a kid kind of dream.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we made you that. It's 6 p.m. today. Yep.
And then, well, if I really can, I would ask to pay my debts, so a bit of money, right?
You need to tell me the number.
The number. Oh my, I can ask for $2 million and even more, right? I mean, anything. Let's go with 2 million.
2 million USD or AUD?
Let's go with 5 million so I can do my own movie.
Okay, 5 million AUD.
10 million. 10 million. So I can, for a movie, yeah, independent movie, yeah, just in case.
So 2, 5, 10. Which one?
10.
So 6 p.m. today, financially, you're saying 10 million is good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
5 million for the movie, and then 5 million I'm going to help everybody.
I'm not even asking how you're going to spend. So
just 1 million, yeah.
10 million.
That'll do. That'll do.
Okay.
I'm being humble.
So 10 million. Okay.
Yeah.
First wish, Wolverine. Second wish, 10 million USD. Let's make it USD.
Yeah. Always George Washington. I got to see that.
Yeah. And the third one.
Keep me in the straight and narrow till I die. Don't make me...
No, that won't qualify for a wish. It's not tangible. I can't, yeah.
Is it? Really?
Yeah. What is the meaning of narrow here? Your narrowness is different to my narrow, and your moral is different to mine, and all those things.
Well, if I really had if I really, really, really had the chance of doing something like that, if I could have the chance to say hi to one more time to my people that passed away, my dad, my grandfather, and other people also. Yeah.
Only one.
Only one. Well, at this stage, I would say my dad. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it with you and your dad? What was the trouble?
Trouble? I mean, he was a good dad. Again,
no, dads are always good, but the way they express love changes. Some are too tough. Some are, because they want the best out of you.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't give an easy life to boys. The dads are always so sweet and nice to girls.
Yeah.
I have a daughter. Doesn't matter what she does, it's always okay. But let's say if it's son and the standards are high, the son has to do because that's the way traditionally we're all brought up. So that's why I'm saying, what is it? Let's say he appears today at 6 p.m. and then he has 24 hours with you. How would you like to spend that 24 hours with him in your best way?
Well, having a long walk
Yeah.
and talk together, I mean, about many things, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
And it'll be nice one more time to go and sail one last time.
Sailing, yeah. What is this sailing and your fishing and all these things?
Well,
I heard something. So with sailing and with your dad,
yeah.
there is a connection. Yeah. So think about that moment you're sailing, that river you mentioned earlier, whole day. How does that day look like?
Beautiful, yeah.
So you think that's that's something you always feel like doing with your father?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish we did it when I was a kid, but not as much as I would have wanted to, yeah. Because I was in that state when you grow, you want to do your own things when you're a teenager, right?
Yes.
So yeah, this is why it'll be nice to, because of that wish to the genie, to talk to him and then do it one more time, yeah.
But we have the power of recreating moments. You're an actor. You create things. So I heard this from someone. If you really want to recreate a magical moment, there is no limit.
Sky is the limit.
Yeah. So while I'm talking to you about your sailing with your dad, I have already created that moment as an observer. I'm walking, I like walking in the nature. And then there's this beautiful calm lake. Always I think about, Como. For some reason, maybe it's in movies and all those things.
Garda, that's the one near my house, yeah.
Is it?
Lake of Garda, Lago di Garda, yeah.
Ah, right.
Beautiful place.
So, and then there is this beautiful, nice weather. Peaceful, serene. You and your father just doing a little bit of fishing. There's no fish, but that's an excuse. And you're simply there in each other's presence. And I think that's what we all miss. Fathers and sons. Sons and fathers.
Yeah.
So basically, you can recreate that, at least to an extent, by actually going for a sailing.
My mind or in real?
In real.
Yeah.
What I just said is in my mind.
Yeah.
But actually, we have beautiful lakes here. And you can actually find a boat or something.
100%.
Yeah, once a month or once whenever you get time, saying that, hey, this is what I would be doing. Let's say if my old man is still alive. And I do that for my father once a while. He loves going to temple. And once a while I go to the temple and I do a lot of things the way he used to do, and I observed him when I was a kid. And that's me recreating my moments with my dad. And he always loved doing certain things because he thinks, that's a divine stuff. And there's certain rituals you do, even though some of them doesn't make sense, you do that. And that's what I'm saying, with your father, there is this unresolved energy. And you're sailing. And what you just said as your third wish. Because for me, the first two wishes, it's okay, It's not a game changer.
Exactly.
But the third one, That's the most beautiful wish. And that's why it's a third one. You know why? You have to think through.
Yeah. That's not an easy question, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy.
So also, you have a connection with fishermen.
Yeah, because where I grew up, there's a lot of fishermen, right?
Yeah.
The main economy, if you will, is from tourism and fishing.
Yeah.
And also wrote a script about sort of based on.
Is it a movie script or a short film script?
Feature film, yeah.
Feature film?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And I did it also in memory of my dad.
Yes,
and
I could imagine, yeah.
Yeah, based on the people from my hometown, yeah. And then obviously I added a lot of fiction into it.
Yeah.
And I started just for fun a year ago, and it's completed now.
So you're a personal trainer, you're an actor, and now you're a scriptwriter.
I can't call myself a scriptwriter, but kind of.
No. See, a lot of people want to become something, but 90% won't take action. 90% won't start. The moment you started, you already become that. The moment you finish, you accomplish the first step. So I'm an author, but the moment I started writing every day, I'm already an author.
Yeah.
The only thing is once you publish, they say published author. So that's why.
True.
Whatever you're doing, there is a connection here. Again, your father, memories, moments coming into that. So when do you think that script's going to finish?
Oh, it's finished.
Oh, it's finished?
It is, yeah. Probably needs some tweaks, but it is.
Wow, okay. So where's the background of the story? Like, is it in Italy or Australia or some island no one knows?
Yeah, I picture obviously the Massachusetts area in the east coast of the States.
Is it the Mississippi River?
No, the Massachusetts, Boston.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And you know the perfect storm.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Gloucester, the town, is a fishing town. Yeah. But it's not specifically that one.
Okay.
But that area, funny enough, is quite similar to my hometown.
Okay.
Like there's a lagoon and the ocean.
Yeah.
We have the sea, not the ocean. But so and I put together a bit of my hometown, fishermen and fiction.
So you're the fisherman?
No.
Okay, the main character is the fisherman?
Yeah.
Fisherman has a family?
No. I mean, he has a wife, but they don't have kids. I did it for story purposes. Yeah. But yeah, the fisherman is like, if you will, my dad. And because...
So let's say I'm the producer.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a good story for my next film. Tell me why I should invest in your script.
Don't invest.
No, it's not about investing. It's like it's kind of, what is the essence of the script? You know, is it about resilience? Is it about never give up? Is it about joy in simple things? Is it about faith? Is it about religion? You know, there's many things because we are all storytellers.
Yeah.
Okay, we all have a story. And in each story, there is something unique. And that's what I'm asking. What's in your story? Fishermen, we all connect with fishermen. Fishermen, you know, already means, you know, there's resilience, connection with the sea, connection with the nature, and the simplicity. And, you know, also, like coming from South India, you know, it's all coastal.
Yeah.
And we respect, you know, the fish, the food, and all those things. Yeah.
Well, as I said, there's a bit of different things that I put inside. Things that really happened in my hometown.
Yep. So life events. Yeah.
It's like, to make it in a nutshell, it's like a sort of mafia into the ocean.
Oh, you bought the mafia, right?
It's not a real mafia, but yeah, because like
But yeah,
burning boats, you know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't fish in my area, I can, you know, that kind of aspect. And then the story and the importance of stories that we need to navigate the world.
Okay, yeah.
This is why films and novels are so important to understand life. So I wanted to put a concept inside where people can understand how important stories are to understand and navigate the everyday life. Yeah. And then
So if I have to summarize, it's a story about a fisherman overcoming life's adversities.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And going out into the ocean, the unknown, like the desert,
yes,
right?
Yes, unknown, yeah.
And because they have a call, right?
Yeah.
And then also added like Jonah and the whale inside. I don't want to go tell too much.
Yeah.
But in a sort of more, it's not like Jonah and the whale, but that kind of concept in a sci-fi way of telling it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, all the best with
That
that.
really didn't happen in my hometown yet.
No. It's fine. See, the thing is, there's always a story within a story. We share our experiences through stories, and each generation takes something from previous generation.
Yeah.
And each generation passes something to the next generation. And if it's a good story they can connect with, that story is told timeless. If the story doesn't make sense, that's when it stops.
Yeah.
And for me, that's the one thing which connects us as humanity, no matter which culture we come from. So, I love people expressing or sharing their stories, either through script or through books or through even social media, or as long as they're sharing, I personally think it's one of the most magical things.
Yeah.
And that's why there's so many people in creative world who are struggling, yet they never give up. Because I think that's the only industry, the success rate is so low, but people don't give up because people are passionate. And that's why you are here today. And
if you don't try, you never know, right?
exactly, yeah. So Chat with Loki is all about chatting with people who are our everyday heroes, and they're never giving up, and they have overcome a lot of things which a lot of other people can relate to. And whatever you have gone through, I'm pretty sure there's other people going through or will go through.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of wisdom you have shared today.
Thank you.
In some of the things you mentioned. Like for me, what's the most defining moments, if I have to summarize what I heard from you, is you're this innocent, naughty kid born in a small community in Italy. Okay, from a place called Roses on the Beach.
Yeah, let's call it that way, right?
Yeah.
Rosolino Mare, yeah.
Yeah, well, I changed the name. I gave it an English name.
yeah, that's fine, yeah.
Roses on the Beach. And then the moment where you need to become a man, tragedy strikes. Losing two pillars from two generations, your father and your grandfather, in the same year. That would hit anyone so deeply, so badly.
I also probably don't have enough time now because we didn't mention it in my acting career that he was a mentor as well.
Yeah.
As Drago, he was director and actor.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have enough time, maybe for
No,
another
go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, because So I met this guy. He was a director and actor.
Yeah.
Serbian-American guy. He lived in China.
Okay.
And he became quite popular in China. He was in the film The 800 when the Japanese invaded Shanghai.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He did a big box office worldwide.
Yeah.
And then he came to Australia. He got stuck here because of COVID. And we met at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And he started doing acting classes. And that's actually one of the next step that I took in acting. It became more serious. He taught me a lot. He introduced me to Meisner, which is an acting technique.
Okay.
Reading scripts, and we were reading script every day, doing classes together. Unfortunately, he was stuck here. It would have been great if he was still alive, because he passed away, and you could have him.
When did that happen?
2 years ago now. Yeah.
So 22, 23. Yeah.
Yeah. He was very charismatic, and that's how I met everybody else. I met Pierre.
Right.
I met many other people.
So he introduced you to the network you currently
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Nice.
And we shot a short film, a POC, which is a proof of concept, and they wanted to try and sell it to become a TV series.
Yeah.
And we were practicing every day. He also used to play chess. He was a chess player.
Yep.
My dad used to play chess, and he taught me how to play chess. But I haven't played since then, and with Drago, I started playing again. Yeah.
So he was more like a father figure for you.
Almost, in a certain sense, yeah.
Some
way, yeah. Friend,
way.
yeah, 100%. He was older, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And he passed away. Yeah, he was 59 when he passed away. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's young.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why people come into your life, especially after what you have gone through at the age of 17. See, for me, that's a defining moment for you, because a lot of times at a young age, when we lose the support in the pillar and some things doesn't make sense, we take the wrong path. We take the wrong path of taking drugs, drinking alcohol, or doing bad things.
Yeah.
And for me, that's why I want to come back to that as a closing, is that was the defining moment in your life where you have chosen righteous path, even though it was difficult, even though it was challenging, even though it was unknown. And that's the reason where you are today, like experiences in US, and then, you're in one of the best towns on the planet, Sydney.
We can't complain being here, even though it's really expensive.
But we are expensive.
Can't complain,
but come on, we have the best beaches, we have the best nature, and we have every type of food we could think of.
Yeah.
And you're here, you've created something for yourself, and you've been part of some beautiful projects, and there's more to come for you, and you're already a hero, not in the projects, not in the movies, but in life.
Yeah.
So that 17-year-old kid has taken a righteous path, and that path is a hero's journey. So that's how I see it. That's the reason why your story resonates. I'm pretty sure it resonates with a lot of people, especially people who are coming from other countries.
Yeah.
And English is not their mother tongue.
Yeah.
And also pursuing a career where the chances of success is so slim. The chances of success is so low. And that takes another step.
Yeah. Because we were talking about this before together, and sometimes when you're in front of challenges, there's a filter, and you don't see what's behind. You just gotta wait. But most of the people, they don't wait enough. Yeah.
So I just want to ask you, as a final closing, when someone lost their loved ones at a young age, they're going through something right now, what advice would you give them? Teenager, pre-teens, or late teens, or even in 20s. They lost a mother, they lost a father, or their parents got separated, where they can't see one parent. So they're all losing a loved one for me.
Yeah.
So you have gone through as a 17-year-old. Okay, there is a grieving process, there is anger, there is a lot of things. So there's a lot of, young people right now are going through in this world of distraction. If they're lost, what advice would you give?
I would tell, I know there's sorrow, pain, but trust me, just trust me, if they're listening, hold on, don't give up. And it's really hard to keep having faith. Yeah, don't stop. Yeah, because sooner or later, things will change. Like they're gonna change.
So
Hands
basically,
down.
it doesn't matter how much sorrow, how much pain,
Yeah,
how much sadness they're going through.
I know you don't see it. You think, okay, it's done. No, keep going.
Your message is simply this: yes, it's painful, but trust yourself that things will change for better, and everything shall pass.
Because I've been there. I know the sensation, the feeling. You really think you're done. There's no, you're in a jail. No. Sooner or later, the door will open. Just, I know some people, they get depressed, they kill themselves, or they go through bad paths.
With men, there is a lot of suicide, high suicide rate in men. And that's crazy, crazy. And a lot of people are going through this alone.
Yeah, because most likely, I've actually been lucky. I have a family, friends, nothing missing, a house. So there's people probably in a way worse situation than me. So I don't even know how to answer that, right? What are you going to do?
Well, we got to inspire, each other. We need to learn from each other, and that's one of the things why we're talking about this is for those who are out there feeling sorrow, feeling pain, feeling sadness. The message from Paolo is simply trust yourself, have faith, and know that things will change for better.
100%. Hands down.
Yeah. And what's the next for you?
The next? Well, a man told me, in the first part of your life, you learn, you earn, and then you give, right?
Yeah.
Let's try to enter that phase. Actually, let's try to enter that phase.
That's really beautiful. Before we close, is there anything else you want to share you haven't shared, or anything else you feel like it would be a great message for audience from your own experience?
Yeah. Do sport, doesn't matter, gym, soccer, whatever, because it's a discipline, especially for young kids.
Yeah.
Natural, don't take steroids, because it's going to ruin your life. You can do it naturally.
That's a whole conversation. I need to have another episode for that.
Later, But and if you find your craft, believe in it, don't listen to other, get feedbacks, but be mindful of the certain people that maybe give you not a feedback, but they push you down. So be careful of that, because if you do it, something will happen. If you put the work in it, it's like a repetition, like at the gym. Every day, obviously done in a proper way. It will take you somewhere.
If someone's going through what you have gone through, or if someone's interested to know more about acting, about the opportunities you received, or about personal training, or about food, Is it okay for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Is it okay if we share your details?
Yeah, Instagram or
Oh, we'll share in the content.
well, Instagram will do. Yeah, they can. Yeah, is I think I can find POLE_PAG P.G. Yeah, PAG.
I'm sure we'll put that in.
Paolo Alessandro Guglielmini. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll put it there. And there's also my fitness page, but yeah, it's connected to that one.
So basically, anything to do with fitness, anything to do with acting or storytelling, you have something to offer.
Yeah.
So on that note, Paolo, thank you for chatting with Loki today.
It was awesome.
And I would like to close this with what you just said before. It's a beautiful way of looking at life. The first part of life, you learn. The second part, you earn. And the third part, you give or you contribute. And I think that itself says there is a purpose in our life.
100%.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thanks
for
Loki.
chatting.
Thanks a lot. See you soon.
Thank you for listening. Chat with Loki. Follow and subscribe for more wisdom from everyday heroes.